Hey everybody, welcome to the first ever Farmhouse Living Flip House.
We did it.
We did. It's over.
We're done.
Praise God.
We flipped our first house. So we have done renovation projects. We've renovated our own homes. We've decorated. We've helped clients with renovations. Personally, we have never flipped a house.
No, I built one from the ground all the way up. And it's not quite as much work as a flip.
Yeah. So, but we had a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
today we are going to take you room by room to tour our flip house and talk about our experience flipping it in each space. So if you're new to our channel, make sure that you like and subscribe. So this is our entryway and we're sitting in this really cute little built-in that, you know, they can house coats or whatever they need, and it has a bench. It reminds me of your little puppy room that you have at your house. But remember when you wanted to blow this wall out?
Right.
And I said, don't blow the wall out?
And I wasn't sure until then the cabinet guy said, don't blow the wall out. So we would have more cabinets, and then they were right.
Yeah.
I think to open it up and brighten it, you've got to get rid of all this right here. Entirely.
Like the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Okay, where will so if the cabinet's lying here, where does your fridge go?
Your fridge goes here or there. And this closet, it's coming out.
Mom and I, we have designed a lot of spaces together and we don't always have the same opinion. And so
But it works itself
it
out.
always works out. Someone's always right. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's her. This particular moment and a couple other moments in the house, I was right. But sometimes you're right.
Yeah, I had some great ideas.
Okay, so we are in the living room now of the flip house, and I feel like this is the biggest transformation. And it's because the paneling and the popcorn are no more.
That's right.
So let's talk about that.
Okay, so the popcorn had sparkles. You may have seen in a previous video, we showed the sparkles in the ceiling popcorn. It's beyond anything we can even describe. You just have to see it. And so this shiplap does two things. One, it covered that, but two, it actually gave the appearance of a taller ceiling.
So we actually partnered with UFP Edge on this project covering the ceiling, the popcorn ceiling, with the shiplap, and I knew it was going to look great, but I did not know that it would make the room feel so much bigger. Did you?
No, I didn't know, but when you came in, it elongated the room and it elevated the space in more than one way. It elevated the actual ceiling, it looked taller, and of course it elevated the entire space.
Yeah, it looks really sophisticated, but also like modern and edgy.
Yeah.
It could go with so many different styles. And so if you have popcorn, if you have short ceilings, or if you just want an update but you want to keep it really clean, you're not looking for like a color or something, you still want to keep it simple, shiplap your ceiling.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So we actually hired this out professionally just because matching the seams going this way, we didn't stagger the boards. We made them look like one giant long board. And so that was a little above our skill level. But I did actually use this shiplap. It's nickel gap and it just fits together like a puzzle piece. And I used it in my own bedroom and it was a very easy DIY. So we'll be sharing that video very soon, but until then, just know it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So the next thing that we painted,
this fireplace.
the fireplace, which we actually shared last week, and that shocked me too. That was like, that orangey brick needed a facelift.
I wasn't shocked by that. I knew any improvement would be, you know, it was bad.
It was bad, yeah. So that we painted it with Jolie paint, just the paint. We didn't prime, and then we sprayed with fire resistant paint the box And then we had a really talented woodworker. His name is Cameron, and he made our mantle. And it's actually just a hollow box that looks like a really nice
You
wing.
cannot tell that it's not a solid piece of wood.
No, you can't tell at all.
Yeah.
And then Mom actually found this really awesome firewood holder, metal firewood holder on Etsy, and it's just, I feel like because that side of the fireplace kind of always looked unplanned, like it didn't make.
I actually wanted to put windows there at first because I thought, well, this space needed a little more light, and that was a place I could find for a window. But I'm glad we left it and used it as the firewood holder. It looks like.
So that was another argument that we had at first was.
We didn't argue.
Well, we're never like we have full-blown argued, but not in a long time. We went to therapy since we don't argue that much. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do have banter and a lot of like
conflict.
Back and forth before we decide on a decision, and you really wanted to put the windows in, and I wanted to invest in other areas because I knew this was going to be expensive. And as we started, I mean, framing out windows, and also it was just not going to bring in as much light because there's a sunroom that we'll show you. And so I just didn't think it was going to be an effective investment, but you were stuck on it. Blowing that wall out in the windows, you were like...
Well, I'm glad it didn't work now that we ended up not doing it, and we put in can lights, and
so
the room came alive.
If you need light, paint everything white and can lights. Holy wow. The can lights really worked too. So
there's still a lot of natural sunlight coming in the kitchen, but this room was a little dark. So with the can, with the white paint, it just all came to life.
Yeah. So let's move to the dining room and kitchen, and we'll start talking about color choices and tile. So now we are in between the dining room and the kitchen, which is right next to the living room. This is definitely an open floor plan, which makes it very sellable. People in the area. But what I also love is that the areas do feel their own. They have their own unique style, but then they all tie together. Like in the kitchen, the tile on the island is the same as the tile in the entryway, so it kind of just
pulls it together.
We chose a white quartz countertops, white cabinets, and with some wood accents on the vent hood and the open shelves. And then we did the Chloe tile from Bedrosians, and I'm
obsessed with it because it goes with every style. It's not your standard subway. It gives it a lot of flair because it is very variations of just a muted gray and cream and white.
And so it's just really nice because it is a spin on the subway. No negative feelings towards Subway, but sometimes you just need a little
something.
pizzazz. And so I loved that. So we chose a Sherwin-Williams marshmallow for the walls, the paneling, and in here, and then the cabinetry is pure white.
Yes.
So the pure white is a little cooler. Marshmallow is just a hair warm, but they almost look
identical.
Yeah. So we just really went a white palette. We wanted to make some safe decisions, but then we also wanted to make some bold decisions that would not be expensive for someone to change out. Like the island, that would be a pretty cheap swap out if someone was like, whoa, that's too much.
Even if they decided they didn't want tile, they could put shiplap. They could put some kind of just a wood panel underneath there and just block it out.
Yeah, and so we wanted to make decisions that if someone wanted to feel like they had a really well-designed home or they wanted to make a few tweaks, they had their options. Yeah, so that's what we did. So I think this room could sell the house.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a lot of hope for it just because it's just a sunroom and it doesn't have a lot of flair. It's just 4 walls. But can you imagine having coffee in here in the fall?
Oh,
I know.
A dream.
Yeah.
And there's so much you can do. We minimally styled it just for people to come in and be able to imagine the space, but with plants. And,
Yeah. If somebody's really into, you know, they needed like kind of a greenhouse, something to,
perfect.
oh, it would be so good.
Mhm.
So I wanted to talk about something that actually has nothing to do with this room, but in this room, because I have a clip of you right outside the space when we were outside. So this house sits on 1.5 acres. And so Mom really liked the idea of, she was concerned that someone would want a bigger house because this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And so I have a clip of her trying to convince me to build a second story on this house. Or of here.
But look, all that is his yard. Let's just blow it out, make a 2-story farmhouse.
No, it's, yes,
Come on, we can do this.
no, we can, but the budget can't.
Well, and to my credit, it backs up against the peninsula of the lake, the little inlet, and you can actually see a big open water view if you built way up. So I think, well, it would have been a lot more work. Might be something somebody would like to invest in.
Someone couldn't make it. We thought we were gonna get a napping baby the whole video, and we didn't.
She just likes to make her debut.
She wants to make one little portion of the video. So all we have left is to talk about the bathrooms and the bedrooms. Like we said, this house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and 1 bathroom we had to really gut, and then 1 bathroom we spruced up with paint, which I'm pretty blown away by. This is really bad.
Well, that's just a guess. That's 6,000.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Oh. When the blue tile makes you sad. Makes you sad. Bathroom, the tile was originally painted pink, and then they tried to paint it blue, or Grandpa painted it blue?
Grandpa painted it blue. Well, he had
Well, we
paint.
didn't, I don't even think we said that. This house is actually my grandpa's house. And so that's kind of how we stumbled upon the opportunity to flip, was that he was moving out of it, and we're like, this is
Perfect opportunity.
yeah. The 1 bathroom, it was painted white. This bathroom was just about tile choice, which, similar to the entryway, it was just, they were backup choices that ended up working out better.
Right.
Then
We used a concrete tile on the floor and a fun little pattern in the niche, and we have subway tile in the shower.
yeah, which is just a good choice all around. And then the door, we put a barn door in here, and it's painted jogging path, which is become my new favorite gray because it's got a green undertone.
We also used it in the front door and the columns, and we partnered it with some cedar accents, and it looks really good.
Yeah, the exterior. Wow. So I just remembered my favorite part of this entire renovation, and so I wanted to close out the video that way.
I think I know what you're going to talk about.
What is it?
When I climbed out the window.
It's tall, Mom. Get on its back.
You wanna like a... You do?
You probably need to turn around.
Okay. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so doing a flip house, the hardest part is scheduling your contractors. I scheduled the tile guy, you scheduled the flooring guy. They overlapped, but Mom didn't want to tell either of them to go home. So the flooring guy had whatever, glue all over the floor. So she couldn't walk through the house, so she had to climb through the window to...
Well, technically, I straddled the hall first.
Oh yeah, so she did walk through the house. And then she couldn't
Opened
get...
a window so that the tile guys could climb in.
Oh yeah, she was giving access to the tile guys for him to be able to work on that back bathroom with the concrete tile.
Just
And
a little
so
innovation, little creativity.
that was my favorite part of this entire flip.
But then I couldn't really get out the window without help because it's a large drop off. So the tile guy backed up to the window and I kind of got a horsey back ride.
Yep,
It worked.
it worked. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do it.
And that's been the theme of this project.
And our life.
And you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So we hope that you enjoyed this home tour / flip house recap. It was a fun project.
Yeah.
I had a blast. Did you have a blast?
I had a blast, but I'm a little tired now.
Yeah, I'm motivated to do projects in my own house now. I'm like,
Me
let's-
too, because we can do this.
Yeah. So I think now we're gonna go work on our own houses, finish some stuff.
And then we'll have big announcements later. We have big things coming down the pike.
I honestly don't know what she's talking about.
Big things.
Anyways, if you want to learn about Michelle's big things that she has go down the pipeline, make sure that you like and subscribe to
And
this
share.
and share. So have a great. Quinn agrees.